Okay, can you hear me, Oscar? No. Coach, yeah, we can't hear each other, though.
Hello.
No. Can you hear me now, Oscar?
Test, test.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No.
No, I can hear you, though. Check, check. Oh, you can hear me? Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that was it.
Can you
Perfect.
hear me?
Yep,
Okay.
perfect. Thank you. Okay. Well, hello, SAC Nation and hockey fans everywhere. We are again live from Libria Family Arena here on the wonderful campus of St. Andrews College in Aurora, Ontario. Hi, everyone. I'm Norm Fetting, along with Oscar Brenna, who's going to do some color commentary and camera work as well. This is the third game of the round robin for the Saints. Today's opponent is the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite U18 Prep School. Saints have won their two games previous to this and have only allowed one goal so far. So, Oscar, what's your take on the Saints so far?
I think the defensive core is great, and they're just figuring out ways to put the puck in the net.
Absolutely. Goaltending, only allowing one goal over two games is pretty outstanding. Saints beat the Caledon Bombers 5-1 a couple of nights ago, and then last night beat the Strathroy Rockets 3-0. So Saints in the familiar white and red going left to right across your screen. And we've got Bordeaux, Roy, and Long out there. Saints win the draw. And the puck is chipped into the zone, and we've got our first whistle. On the back end for the Saints, Sullivan and Luca Di Placido. Saints, as my cohort Oscar here was saying, very, very strong defensively. Again, only allowing one goal in their first two games. And I believe for them to go on to the final tomorrow in Ayr, they can't lose this game by more than 2 goals. Obviously, they're hoping for a better result than that. But they start with an offensive face-off here. The Pens win that one. They drag it behind their own net. Try to break it up the right side to Alex Stone. He pushes it back to his defense. They go rink wide. Still difficulty trying to clear it, as that Saint forecheck has looked very strong, as has their physical play, as you can see right there, and the Saints dump it back into the zone. Puck is played up off the wall, but again not out. And looks like we've got a hand pass there, so I guess the faceoff will come outside the blue line as both teams will switch up. Had a chance to talk to Coach Manning and asked him, not Coach Manning, Coach Gate, and asked him how have things gone so far for these first two games. And two things he would like to highlight, again, is the defensive core and the junior forwards on this team, and we'll get into that a little bit on the next stoppage of play. Saints win the draw. Connor Durbin, cross ice, nice pass to Bolche, first line out there for the Saints, or regularly first line. Bolche plays it in front, that's broken up, and here come the Penguins. That's number 75, Mateus Fisher, takes it to the wall, comes back to the defender, Luke Murphy. He plays it ahead, and they gain the offensive zone. In hard on the forecheck is Jackson Tenenbaum. Puck comes back to the point. There's a shot, and there's the first save by goaltender Chase Petrova. That rebound dangerously went through the blue ice, but no one there for the Pens to collect it. Puck is shot in by the Saints. They get a whistle, and they get a change. So Coach Gates was talking about the defense, and he said if 3 words can describe them: big, mobile, and nasty. And for the junior forwards, he felt they defended very well. They've been hunting pucks extremely well. They're getting in the shooting lanes, which is great, and he's also very impressed with their skill level with the puck. So ringing endorsements for the junior-aged forwards on the Saints team as well as the defense. Puck is rimmed around the boards to number 67. Chipped out the rest of the way, and here come the Pens, and that's an offside. Pittsburgh Penguins U18 prep team, not strangers to Libria Family Arena. They are always on the schedule here. I think they've participated in several McPherson tournaments as well. We've had many very competitive games here between these two teams. Puck enters the zone, and we've got another offside. Charlie Sullivan dragging it in. And within 2 minutes, we've had about 4 whistles so far, so no problem getting players on and off the ice for sure. So Marshall Hewitt taking the draw for the Pens. Finer for the Saints. Pens win this one. They flip it high up down the center of the ice, and that's corralled nicely by Sullivan. Plays it off the wall. Gets it back to Jack Young. Plays it directly below us to Murray. Murray gains the zone. They lose the puck. The Pens try to chip it out, but it stays in. Finer shoots it across the front of the goal mouth. No one there for the Saints. Puck comes over to the other side. Pens are first there to it, and they finally clear the zone. DiPlacido over to his defense partner, Sullivan. Plays it ahead to Finer. He gains the zone. That's just a little too far for Murray. And out comes the puck. Cooper looking. Passes a little too far for its target. Saints gobble it up and clear the zone. There's a chance the other way for the Pens. No one in front. Puck is chipped behind the net. Chased down by number 64, that's Drew Grasser. Plays it behind the net. Two Saints, two Pens there battling for the puck. Finally comes out to the far side, number 770, Brady Wilson. In on the pinch, Wilson loses the puck. And Saints with all kind of difficulty here trying to clear it. DiPlacido comes over to the far side. They finally clear the zone, but lose possession. Wilson over this side to Kessel. Hewitt dumps it in the rest of the way. And goalie Petrova will cover that up for a whistle. So as I mentioned, Charlie Brenna is in the booth here with us today, and Charlie has the distinction of being the son of one of the assistant coaches here at St. Andrews College, and provides us a lot of insight here as the game goes along. Charlie, Oscar, have you enjoyed it so far, doing the games?
Yeah, doing the games is great. I always get the feeling that I'm like part of the team sometimes.
For sure. And I'm sure they all know who you are too.
Yeah.
Puck is dragged into the zone. That's 75 Matthias Fisher. Puck rimmed around to the other side. Pens there first again. And finally first to the puck for the Saints is Bordeaux. He drags it into the far corner. Jack Young is in there as well. Puck gets to the half wall, and the Saints finally have it, and they clear, and off they go. Puck dragged over to this side. That was by Bordeaux. They get it below the red line. Almost cleared the blue line, but they keep it in. Roy takes the shot, and good save by Troy Wright, who's the goaltender. We didn't have him on our game sheet, but that is his name. I'm fairly confident. Troy Wright, number 1 for the Pens. Puck rimmed over to the far side, cleared to the blue line and out by the Saints. Bordeaux taken to the wall, but he does his job as the Saints gain the offensive zone. DiPlacido pumps it in the rest of the way. But the Saints come up with it. Long lead pass and a good one on the far side. There's a shot from very sharp angle, but goaltender Chase Petrova makes the save and holds on to the rebound. 14:53 left to go here in the first period. No score. So Alex Karskadin called out of the circle, so DiCapo wins the draw for the Saints. They push it along the wall but don't get it out. There's a good body check there, and here we've got a good break here for Bolche. Drives in hard, sharp angle, takes a shot, and a great glove save there by Troy Wright. Bolche had trouble settling that puck down, did a good job getting a shot on the far side, but Troy Wright stuck with it, made a nice glove save. No changes here for the Saints. This draw won by the Pens. They get it to the corner and clear it to an open wing, and that could be icing. It is. So the Saints will get an offensive faceoff. Saints very successful in the face-off dot the first 2 games as well. It's a good sign for games to come. Carskadden wins the draw, comes back to the point. Roy plays it over to this side to Ponich. And they score. Boy, a seemingly harmless play, but along the ice, and it is tipped in. And Saints are on the board as Alex Carskadden of the first line for the Saints get them on the scoreboard. Alex Carskadden at 5:42 here in the first period gets things going for the Saints. Oscar, what did you think of that one?
That was just a dirty goal. Just had to bang it in, and he did.
So Carskadden with the goal, and this continues for the Saints, and that the 3 games they've played in so far this tournament, they've jumped out to the lead early. Wilson for the Pens loses it. Comes back this side. Wilson gets it again. Tries to make a move at the blue line. Finally gets it inside. Puck is bouncing. Won't settle down. Finally picked up by the Saints Sinclair. Sinclair through the neutral zone off the skate of Milani. And the Pens will regroup. Nice outlet pass there to Hewitt. Hewitt's on his own. Drags and dumps. Puck comes over the far side, collected by the Pens again. Saints come up with it. Sullivan picks up a loose puck, gets it across. Nice play. Here come the Saints 2-on-1, and a great defensive play there by number 20. I believe it was 25 for the Penguins. There's another shot on net, and that one's handled by Wright as well. Saints get it back to the point. There's a long shot, and that went wide. That was off the stick of Sullivan. As the Saints with some good offensive time here. Brady Wilson drags it in the corner off the wall, and the Pens clear. It's dumped in the rest of the way. They'll go for a change. Actually went into the Saints bench. So 1-0, as I said, for the Saints. Face-off will come directly outside the Penguins bench. Saints put out the line of Fenner, Murray, and Wong. Feiner, I beg your pardon. Pens clear the zone. They play it up to number 17, Callender. He reverses his direction. Murray's looking for the pass. He gets it and dumps it right back in for the Pens. First one over for the Saints is Wong. He plays it around the other way. And the Saints clear the zone, and here comes Feiner. Good defensive play there by Camdris Woodruff. And Penguins coming the other way. Callender plays it rink wide. Looks for the return pass, doesn't get it. There's a shot, rebound. And pumped back in again by Woodruff. Saints clear and dump it in the rest of the way, and they'll go for a change. Penguins directly below us now. Cooney dumps it in and chases. Puck comes over to an open wing. First ones there are the Saints to pick that up. Number 13, Nolan Long. Long is off wing. Good job fending the man off. Gets it to the blue area. Puck's loose. Long shoots. Rips it high. There's a rebound. And just missing that was James Roy. Roy with the puck gets it back to Pahanich. That's broken up. Long lead pass. Right on net though, so no icing. And Sullivan first one back for the Saints. He reverses his field. Over to Pahanich. Puck is finally chipped out by the Saints. Back to the Penguins, and they'll regroup. Puck into the Saints zone. Chasing that is number 26, Christian Gallagher for the Pens. Puck at the half wall. Kissel just about kept it in. It came out, so he'll have to regroup. Puck dumped back in by the Pens. Jack Young off the wall, gets pushed back into the zone. DiPlacido plays that ahead to DiCapo. DiCapo off the wall. Nifty move there by DiCapo again. Waits for support, plays it in front, hits the post. There's a rebound. Shot. And Saints knocking on the door here. Karskadin almost had number 2. He's got the puck on the half wall, comes in front. Nice toe drag. Nifty move. There's a shot, and DiCapo right on the doorstep. Troy Wright making that save. There's another shot. Good save again. DiCapo with the rebound behind the net. DiCapo in front, and there's a shot again by Karskadin. That just went wide. Great offensive work here by Coach Manning's first line. So far creating 3 shots on net in this shift alone. Karskadin dumps it in again. Hard on the forecheck to Capo. Pens finally clipped that off the glass and out, and they need a change. Puck played ahead. Bulche to Karskadin. Nifty move. There's a shot. Puck is bouncing. DiCapo shoots. He scores. And DiCapo did well to get a stick on that puck because it was really bouncing. But he makes no mistake. And he is the second of the first line to score this first period for the Saints. So Jake DiCapo at 10:26. So Oscar, what did you think of that one?
Yeah, he got a really nice hit on the puck even though it was bouncing. So it was great.
2-0 in favor of the Saints. And again, as we said, the tradition so far early in this season seems to be get up early and defend like lions. And so far, early in this game, that's what they've done. As Cooper dumps it back into the zone. Pahanic plays that up the wall. Kept in, though, by the Pens. Saints come up with it again. Sinclair goes rink wide over to Milani. Milani runs out of territory, gets it back to the point, though. Pahanic fans on the shot, and that's cleared out of the zone. Saints will try again. Connor Dervin over to his defense partner, Pahanic. Plays that forward, and the Penguins dump it back in. It was called icing. It was close, but the Saints got the call that time, so the faceoff will come all the way back with 8:43 left to go here in the first period. Pretty good crowd here today, and again, we invite everyone, if you come to the games, come up and see Oscar and I here at Center Ice. Love to meet you, and if you have a shout out for us for any family members watching at home, we'd be delighted to do that for you. So Feiner, Murray, and Wong out there for the Saints, along with Jack Young and Charlie Sullivan. Sullivan down deep from his defensive position, gets it in front. There's a shot, and Jack Wong dumps it back in again. Hard on the forecheck is Wong. And good job by the Penguins to clear. And off they go. That's number 21, Woodruff. Puck dragged into the corner, played in front. No one there. Actually, that went off the defenseman, Charlie Sullivan, but the goaltender, Chase Petrova, did a good job swallowing that up. So again, Oscar, Chase Petrova, the Saints goalie, really haven't said his name so far much this period.
Yeah, I think the defense are doing a good job on not letting as many pucks get to the net.
So draw one by the Saints. Comes to the half wall, but Pens there first, keep it in. Puck goes behind the net, picked up by Dervin. And again, nice clear by the Saints. Puck seems to be bouncing a lot this period. Dervin over to DiPlacido. Back to Dervin. And there is just that confident way that they have, that back end there of dealing with the puck, making good decisions, not hurrying, and not making mistakes, most importantly. Gallagher dumps it in for the Pens, comes over the far side. Connor Dervin battling. Pens come up with, try to get in front, And a good defensive stick there. And coming up with it for the Saints is Nolan Long. Long, good head of speed through the neutral zone. Twisting, turning, weaving. Nolan Long trying to drive hard for the net. Good defensive play there by the Penguins, but he gets that to James Roy. Saints try to dump it back in, but it's finally chipped out by the Pens. Number 83, that's Jacob Kessel. Saints get in front. That goes through the blue ice, not on net. Saints pick it up, and back they come the other way. James Roy, one hand on the stick, ties his man up at the same time. The puck is chipped off the wall. And the puck was hit with a high stick, so we've got a whistle, and we'll have the face-off directly below us here at the offside dot. 6:39 left to go here in the first period. I'd like to thank Coach Gate, again, as he has all weekend, for setting up all the technology that we need here to get this production to you. He has to do that as well as all his other responsibilities, and can be hectic at times for sure, a lot of problem solving, but he always gets the job done. There's a goal seemingly out of nowhere on the short side, and the goal scorer for the Saints is Jacob Bolche, which is the third member of that first line to score. So first line of the Saints, DeCapo, Karskadin, and Bolche have all scored. No bragging rights anymore there. So that is at 12:33 here of the first. Bolche puts one in. And it looks like we've got a timeout, probably called by Pittsburgh, I would imagine. But Oscar, that's quite something. All three people on the same line scoring in the same period?
Yeah, that is something that does not happen much.
No. So again, as I mentioned, pretty good crowd here for the Saints game on a Saturday at 4 o'clock. Nice day out on campus today, not as hot as it's been. But nice to see a lot of the fans outside the arena half an hour before game time, just enjoying the sunshine and the beautiful campus here at St. Andrews College. So face-off will be at center ice. First line stays out there for the Saints. Bolche plays it over the wing, comes back to Durbin. He plays a little too far off the wall, but that's right on net, so no icings. Picked up by number 24, Gasser. Plays it over to this side, number 17, Callender. Callender over to Wilson. Wilson, good speed, gains the zone, tries to play it in front. Good defensive stick there. And that shot off the side of the net. Durbin over to Jack Young. And the puck is chipped out safely. Hot pursuit there was DeCapo. Puck comes over to Callender. There's a good shot, right on net. Goaltender holds it. Referee exhorts him to move that puck as Pittsburgh was changing. And I think he had more time than he realized. Murphy dumps the puck back in again for the Pens. They drag it in the slot area. It's a good shot, hard and low off the stick of Noah Smith. Saints come up with it. Jack Young. DiPlacido up the wing, and Saints clear the zone. Magri dumps it in the rest of the way for the Saints. Milani in on the forecheck, and nice breakout there by the Pens. They play it up, but that's gobbled up by DiPlacido. Puck directly in front of the Saints bench now. Finally ends up on the stick of number 33, Marshall Hewitt. He gets it over to Murphy. Murphy plays that ahead, but Saints pick up that loose puck as well. Dump back in the Saints zone, and Sullivan will be back to get it. Sullivan to DiPlacido. Long searching pass, just a little bit too far, and the puck is dumped back into the Saints zone. DiPlacido, nice pass, cross ice. And the Saints turn that one over. There's a good shot, rebound. And again, nice save by goaltender Chase Petrova, who hasn't had a lot of work, but has been right there when needed. Puck pumped over to the other side, kept in by the Pens. Some good offensive time for them. Dumped in by Grasser again. Over to the far side. Wong first one there. He clears it for the Saints. Murray. Just a second late. Puck dumped back in. And Dervin again. Nice cross-ice pass. Taken by Murray, but picked up by Gallagher. There's a shot. That one's high and wide. And Connor Dervin off the glass. Kept in by the Pens momentarily. Finally chipped out by the Saints. Played a little sloppy here towards the end of this first period. Kessel knocks it down for the Pens. Fisher. Nice move there. Looks for the shot. Takes it. And right into the breadbasket of Chase Petrova, who holds on. 3:06 left to go here in the first period. So full change for the Pens here. Saints will stay the way they are. Looks like Bordeaux is being waved out of the circle. He doesn't seem to agree, but the official isn't giving him any recourse, so play is underway. Saints win the draw. Nice pass ahead there, right on the tape of Nolan Long. He takes a shot, and that's just wide. Nice counterattack there by the Saints. James Roy in on the forecheck. Number 4 coming up with that. It's Luke Murphy. He starts the breakout. Mastovich. Good shot there. And a better save right off the left pad there by Petrova, who looks very solid in net there. Would you say, Oscar? Petrova doesn't seem anxious or jumpy at all?
No, he seems very confident in the net, like he's been there 1,000 times before.
Yeah, good point. So Cooper taking the draw here for the Pens. Saints win the draw, although stolen by the Pens there for the moment. Puck ends up at the back of the net, on the outside of the net, thankfully for the Saints, and we'll have to do it again. Hogan Cooper. Saints win the draw. They reverse it around the board, chip it out, and off they go. Karskadin, who scored the first goal of the game. Dragging on the backhand. Now he pivots to the forehand. Cross ice. Oh, what a great pass. Great shot by Bolche, and he just fanned on it. But great vision there by Karskadin to see him out of the corner of his eye. Great pass. Puck now in the Saints zone, but they come up with it. And they are really limiting the amount of time that the Penguins have in their own zone. Puck is chipped ahead, and here's a chance. Gallagher gets it over the zone, waits for support, and he gets it from number 67. Puck played behind the net, picked up by the Saints, Karskadin, and he leaves that off for Pahanich. Pahanich waiting for the line change to complete, and it does. And there go the Saints, another successful clearance. They chip it into the zone, but it's dumped right back again. And is that going to be icing? It is. So with 1:23 left to go here in the first period, offensive face-off for the Saints. Maybe an opportunity to add to that 3-0 lead before this period ends. Puck comes back to the point. It's a long shot right into the chest of goaltender Troy Wright. Oscar, we always have great music here at LeBrier Family Arena. If you had to pick a couple of songs or a couple of groups, who would you want to hear out there?
I have no clue. I think they're all great, everything that they play here.
Good. Draw one by the Pens, but they give it up. There's a shot from the top of the circle, a good save there. Magri with the shot. Puck comes to the half wall. Penguins come up with the puck. They rip it off the boards and out as we're inside the last minute now. Pahanic backtracks, goes cross ice, just a little too far for Milani. Pens will gather, but they turn it over. Sinclair goes down on one knee. Puck comes back out. Pahanic over to Durbin. I beg your pardon, that was Sullivan. Sullivan gets a stick in there, causes the puck to stay along the wall. And Saints come up with it with under 20 seconds to go now. And that might be an icing. It is. So, big offensive face-off here for the Pens with 15.7 seconds left in the first period. So Tenenbaum, Jackson Tenenbaum, taking the big face-off, and he wins it. Puck stuck in his skates. Comes back to the point. There's a quick shot. Good defensive stick, though. Puck doesn't get through. Puck in the corner. It's dragged out, and that's going to do it. So at the end of one, our score is 3-0 for the Saints. Goal scorers were Karskadin, DeCapo, and Bolche. If you've got a game sheet in front of you, just look at the top line, and that'll tell you everything you need to know. We're going to take a break, and we'll see you right after that for the second period.
somewhere. Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. Check. Test.
Yeah, really. Okay, good.
Yeah. Probably gonna go tell and be like, you probably rolled onto your side.
We are back. St. Andrews College leading this one so far 4-2 going into the third period. I'm Norm Fenning along with Oscar Brennan. So Oscar, with about 7-8 minutes left in that second period, Saints are up 4-0 and just cruising. And here we are going into the third period and it's 4-2 for the Saints. A little different feeling.
Yeah, I think the Saints just got a bit sloppy, and then the Penguins took advantage of that and scored 2.
Yep, well, we'll see if the Saints can tidy that up and bring this home. I think, as I mentioned at the beginning of the telecast, the Saints just have to not lose this game by more than 2 goals, and they would be guaranteed into the final at Air Centennial's Arena tomorrow on Sunday. But we've got 20 minutes to go to figure that out as the Saints win the draw. Pahonic off the glass. It's corralled by James Roy, who gains his own. He's knocked over, but right back on his feet, dumps and chases himself, and first one to the puck. Great job by Roy. Saints keep it in. Nolan Long gets it below the red line. Pens pick it up, and Gallagher clears, but just over the blue line as the Saints pick it back up again. Bordeaux picks up the rebound, rips one wide, and it's kept in by the Saints. Bordeaux goes cross ice. He's looking for Pahonic. Pahonic keeps it in though. Top of the circle, James Roy gets it back to the point. Pahonic drops it back in low for the Saints. And Penguins break a stick, so momentarily the Saints have a man advantage, but that's short-lived as we're back to 5-on-5. Plate in front, there's a shot, and that's off a stick. As Sullivan crept in from his defensive position, got a shot, but good defensive stick there. Pens finally end up with the puck, and they'll clip it out to an open wing. DiPlacido, first one there for the Saints. Bolche helps him out. Goes for a little slide in the corner, and the Pens break it out. Dumped in by Hogan. Cooper. Gallagher working hard there for the Pens. Puck comes out at the side of the net. Saints gather it there. Pens come up with it though. Gallagher fans. And the Saints pick up possession and gain the zone. Bolche gets in front. They score. Bolche to DiCapo. And he gets his second of the night, 4th for this first line. So Jake DiCapo from Bolche restores a 3-goal lead for the Saints. Jake DiCapo, and that is at 2:07. That was a nice finish, Oscar.
Yes, it was indeed.
Puck is dumped into the zone by DiCapo again. Pens come up with it. And Saints throwing the bodies around a little bit, and Karskadin is a little slow getting up. Last one back, but he's staying on, so he must feel okay. Gallagher chases for the Pens. And Karskadin back there helping out Connor Dervin, who comes up with the puck. Dervin will reverse his field. DiPlacido back to Dervin. Dervin dumps the puck in, settled down by Troy Wright. Saints, though, first there to get it. Good speed displayed by Milani. There's a long shot, gets all the way through, and Wright has to save that as well. Puck cleared all the way down the ice, and that will be icing. So both teams stay as they are. See if Saints take advantage of this face-off in the offensive zone. Marcus Magri will do the honors for the Saints. Pens win it, clear it behind their own net, and it is out to Tenenbaum, who chips that in the rest of the way into the Saints zone. Following that up is Hewitt, tries to play it in front, that's broken up by the Saints. Jack Young gets that over to Sinclair. Sinclair behind the net again, takes his man to the wall, and pinching in is Jack Young. And he does his job keeping the puck in for the Saints. Puck along the wall, Magri in to help out Sinclair, and the Pens clear momentarily, and Saints dump it right back in again. And for the majority of the game, that's the way this has gone. And it looks like we're getting a penalty against the Penguins here, and kind of an innocuous play. And the Pens player is looking very quizzically over at the official, like me. That couldn't be right. But he is being sent to the box. I believe that's number 67, Noah Smith. So Noah Smith takes the trip over to the penalty box at 4:01 here of the third period. So Saints can perhaps restore that 4-goal lead. We actually have two players in the box now. Oscar, did you see that second one at all?
Nope, I did not.
I'm looking, there's only 2 minutes for number 67 up on the clock, and we are 5-on-4. So Saints with possession. Along the half wall, they dig for it, come up with it. Feiner. Puck over to the far side, back again to Sullivan. Sullivan, top of the triangle, takes a shot. That goes off a defenseman into the corner, and the Saints regroup. There's a shot, and that hits a leg. Puck comes back to the point again. Sullivan over here to Wong. Wong to Sullivan. Sullivan again back to Wong. Wong plays it down low to Feiner. Feiner below the red line to Murray. Back to Feiner, who chips that towards the net. Murray behind the net. Plays that up to DiPlacido. He gets it in front. Feiner tried to get a stick on that and couldn't, but Wong chases it down. 45 seconds left in the power play. There's a puck in front. Saints come up with another shot. That one goes wide. Saints buzzing, but can't seem to get it through. DiPlacido. There's a one-timer. Puck is loose. And the goaltender holds on to that as Andy Wong one-timed that. It ended up going behind the net, hit the dasher board, came back out in front, and almost banked off the goaltender himself and into the net. 31 seconds left in the penalty. Full change here for the Saints. Bordeaux taking the draw. He's got Roy and Long with him, along with Dervin. And Jack Young. Puck is cleared out. Got a whistle there. And I believe we'll have another offensive face-off here for the Saints. Oh, it's a hand pass, I believe. That seems to be what the official is motioning to the Pittsburgh bench, and there's no argument there. So Bordeaux takes the draw. Puck trickles below the red line. And a player for the Penguins is really hurt. He took his helmet off. Number 24. That's Dean Gasser. Again, he was hurt earlier in the game, Oscar, and it looked like, was he holding his face there when he went off?
Yeah, I think his face or something looked like it.
So James Roy is going to the box. I haven't seen a signal. Wouldn't be surprised if it was a high stick, but regardless, he is in the box at 5:45, and that's a 4-minute penalty. So there is 16 seconds left in the penalty to Noah Smith. So currently we're 4-on-4 hockey. And as I mentioned, if no goal occurs, the Pens will go up a man in now 8 seconds. Saints take a shot, that's off a stick and over the glass. So another offensive face-off here for the Saints. They are going to have to be aware because in 5 seconds a Penguin player will be coming off the bench in the penalty box, and perhaps they can spring him as he's now out, and they have possession, but they decide just to hold the puck, and they now have the man advantage for 3 minutes and 36 seconds or less. Marshall Hewitt gains the zone. They try to get the puck back to him. That's turned over. Saints clear the zone and have the puck. Nolan Long dragging that in, gets pulled down. No penalty though. And puck comes back the other way. Wilson drags it to the half wall, waits for his teammates to come back with him, and clears it behind them all the way down the ice and does the Saints a favor. Puck cleared over this side now to Moskovitz. Saints just line up that blue line, but Wilson gains the zone, but he clears it over the blue line, and Penguins will have to retreat again. Puck now dumped in the rest of the way by Cooper, and he'll go for a change. Pens first to the puck, however. Bit of a scrum right outside the Saints bench, comes back to the blue line, kept in, but now it's turned over. Karskadin. Oh, and a nice defensive play there by the Penguins. I believe that was number 24, Dean Gasser. Boy, he gets hurt and he comes back and makes a great defensive play like that. Puck off the glass, Gasser knocks it down, but he's outside the blue line, so he's got to wait and let his teammates tag up. Gets the puck back again. Good rink-wide pass. Penguins gain the zone. Top of the circle, nifty move there. There's a shot, and that's ripped wide. Gasser on his backhand plays it over to the other side. Gets the return pass, center of the ice now, takes a shot, and that ricochets off Jason Bolche. Bohanic off the boards and out. Saints get a full change. 1:28 left in the penalty. Hunter Mark to Kiesel. Ooh, Kiesel with a somewhat risky move in front of his own net, but it works. Gets it over to Gallagher. Gallagher, nice pass to gain the zone. Comes back to the point. Over to this side, there's a one-timer. And the save is made. That was off Hunter Mark's stick. Saints get to the side of the net. They clear it down the ice. 45 seconds now left in that 4-minute penalty. as we near the midway point of this third period. Scores 5-2 in favor of the Saints. Puck in the Saints zone now, played in front. Good tie-up by the Saints. Puck still loose though, and Saints finally come up with it and clear the zone. There's Andy Wong with good work there. Cooney lays that puck off. It's dragged into the zone at the side of the net. Goaltender tries to smother that. He can't. Puck is kept out. Kissel with a shot, but the goaltender, Petrova, saw that all the way, steered it in the corner, and it's cleared down the ice the rest of the way. Icing's waved off, and penalty is over. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Woodruff chips that back towards the center of the ice. Jacob Kissel dumps it in the rest of the way for the Pens. Saints come up with it, make the safe exit from their own zone, and we'll have to try again as they turned it over. Nolan Long to Ryan Murray. Murray runs right into traffic, but takes the puck with him and gets it below the red line. Puck flipped out by the Pens. I think that was a forward hand pass there, so the face-off will come back. 9:29 to go here in the second period. So, Oscar, what are your plans for the rest of the day today after the game?
I don't know.
Nothing on the schedule?
No.
No. Well, I think it's a good day out there. It may rain tomorrow, but I think we're pretty safe for today. Kaskadin with the face-off. Pens win it. D-to-D pass. Nice clearance. And Grazer goes cross ice. Puck is loose. And they got a stick on it. That was a shot on net, but Chase Petrova hung on. And that could have been dangerous right there. Pens with an offensive face-off out of that. The music, as always, an absolute delight here at LeBrier Family Arena. Occasionally we actually have live music here. Some students that have bands, or sometimes the band itself will play up on the practice platform directly across the ice from us. That's always a treat. Puck back to the point. It's dumped into the far side. Chasing that down is number 65, Drew Grazer. Saints get the puck just to the blue line, but no further. They'll have to try again. Pahanic, under duress, gets the puck out. And good balance displayed there by DiCapo. 2-goal scorer here for the Saints. Pens come up with the puck. Over to Callender. Chips that in the rest of the way. Goes along boards, gets the shot on net. And heady play there as Chase Petrova came out to play the puck, had to hustle back in net. But he makes the save in plenty of time. Puck is cleared behind the net. Milani working hard along with Magri, and they come up with the puck. Saints get the puck below the blue line momentarily, but it's chipped back out by the Pens. And back they come. Marshall Hewitt gets it in front. And good defensive job there by the Saints, tying men up. But the puck comes back to Wilson. Wilson reverses himself twice. Gets it back to the point. There's a shot off a defender's skate. And the Saints chase that down. Milani goes cross ice. They don't clear though, and they'll have to try again. Connor Durvid, Ottawa boy. Brother played here, of course, with him for a year. Long cross ice pass. That's just a little too far for Milani. No icing though. It lets the Saints change. Puck cleared up quickly. Woodruff is knocked down. He gets back up on his horse, gets the puck, and little backhand flip pass. Looking for Tenenbaum, just a little too far for him. Nice crossing pass there to Murray. Murray gets it over to Feiner. Goaltender makes the save. Feiner just ran out of space there. Inside 8 minutes now. Puck passed back. Just a little too far behind Sullivan, but he loads up, takes a shot anyway, and that goes to the corner. Sullivan plays that ahead. Murray sends it the rest of the way. Saints will go for a change. And here comes Murphy. Murphy with the diagonal dump. In on the forecheck is Cooper, and that puck is cleared past the defender. The goaltender's got to play it. They play it up the wall, but not out. Kept in momentarily by the Saints. Now it's going the other way. Drew Gasser hits a leg. He chases it down, though. Connor Durbin plays that ahead, and another good clearance by the Saints. Nolan Long. Below the circle, takes a shot. That was a good one. High on the short side, but goaltender makes the save, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. And we've got a whistle. Looks like something equipment-wise with the goaltender, Troy Wright, number 1 for the Penguins. Did you see that, Oscar? I didn't happen to notice anything.
I think his helmet came off a bit, like a buckle.
I see. Okay, it looks like we've got that equipment sorted out. So that will make it an offensive face-off for the Saints. Cooper Bordeaux from Saginaw, Michigan will take the draw for the Saints. He's got Roy and Long on either side, along with DiPlacido and Connor Durbin behind him. It's played in front, and the goaltender Wright squeezes that one. So barring a 7-goal outburst here from the Penguins, it looks like the Saints will be in the final in air tomorrow. Again, check the sac.on.ca website for all the information needed. I believe as well the entire schedule for the Saints is up there as well. There's a shot, rebound, they score! Good job there. Right on the doorstep was Nolan Long. The rebound was there, and he had a quick stick, tucked it in below, and Nolan Long gets a goal for the Saints. What did you see in that one, Oscar?
Nothing much. I think it happened a bit too quick.
I think maybe the goaltender felt the same way. That was at 14:24. Nolan Long for the Saints. Puts them up 5-2 with 5:36 left in the game. A rear whistle on a tie-up along the boards. So face-off will be in the Saints zone at the face-off dot. So both Long and Bordeaux picking up assists on that, and we've got an injury, and it's Karskadin again. He's had a rough third period. He was knocked down earlier. And now again, so it looks like he's going to go off. He does, and in his place, Cooper Bordeaux will come out and take the face-off. So he's staying on the bench, which is a good sign. So Hogan Cooper, I believe, is out of the circle. And Drew Grasser is now out of the circle. And faceoff is finally taken by Noah Callender. Saints come up with it, and nice clearance again. And off they go. DeCapo pumps that one into the zone. Bolche in pursuit, takes his man. But a good job there by Brady Wilson, sliding off that check and maintaining possession. Wilson plays that ahead. Noah Callender on his off wing, driving hard, backhand in front. No one could get a stick on that for the Pens. Goes in front. Oh, and a quick shot there. Again, that was one of those funny bounces off the back wall, I believe. And that puck went over the glass, and boy, just by the expression of goaltender Chase Petrova, he had no idea where that puck was. So, full changes for the Saints. So puck cleared all the way down right on the net. And Saints will end up getting a face-off out of that. Offensive face-off. So I'm just looking ahead at the schedule for the Saints here. Some games coming up. September 3rd, they're at the London Nationals. September 5th, they host the Fort Erie Meteors. September 6th, they're at Stratford. September 13th, they play Upper Canada College here. And September 19th, they're at the Ohio Blue Jackets. There's a shot, and a good save by the goaltender. Loose puck, another shot through traffic. They jam at it, and a good job by Petrovas holding his ground and covering the bottom half of that net as the Pens were just buzzing. All that information I got for you was on the sac.on.ca website, so be sure to check that out. Times and locations are included, as well as player statistics, team statistics, league standings, and on it goes. 3:57 left here in the third. Oscar, you're going to try to make a few of these games, I hope.
Yes, I hope I can make a few of these games.
Yep, work in the booth here with us. It'd be appreciated. DiPlacido drags it into the zone. Again, we've got a power play here for the Saints, so they'd love to add to the tally. Sullivan gets in front, lots of traffic, particularly Finer, but that puck was deflected over the board, over the net. Finer with the puck. Pivots, gets it below the red line to that bumper position. Pass comes back up high again. Saints very content to just look for their opportunity. There's a one-time, ooh, that was off the defenseman's skate. That stung. They play it in front. Pens clear it to the board, but not out. Kept in by the Saints. Over to this side. Wong to Finer, cross ice. Over again. There's a quick shot. Great puck movement by the Saints. Ended up with a good scoring opportunity for Sullivan. But the goaltender right got his pad down. Finer with a shot. That one saved as well. Just 13 seconds left in the penalty. Finer steps in, shoots. That goes wide, but is chased down by DiPlacido. That is hung on by the goaltender. So just 1 second left in the penalty. And the Saints will change things up. Now this is a song I'm not familiar with. Are you, Oscar? You know this one?
I've heard it a lot at the rink.
Oh, have you? Do you know who it is?
No clue.
Know the name of the song?
Nope.
Do you like the song?
Kind of.
Okay. Draw one neatly by the Pens, and they try to spring the player coming out of the penalty box, and they weren't too far away from accomplishing that, but Saints end up with the puck. They dump it down, and that's going to be icing. I heard a no from over on the Saints bench, but the whistle has gone, so can't restart play. It's going to be an icing, and face-off's going to come to the right of Chase Petrova. Again, I'd like to thank Kevin Gate for putting this all together for us today, all the technical work. I believe there was a few audio glitches, but hopefully that was sorted out. Puck is dumped into the Saints zone, but they're first to get it, and they are content to just chip it off the glass and out of their own zone. Pens would love to get one more here. There's a long shot, rebound right in front, but collected by Jack Young. Plays it, but not out. Pens step right in, rip one, and that's off a defenseman's leg. There's another shot. That one's deflected just wide of the net. So no quitting these Penguins as they keep pushing Cooper. Along the board, he gets support by Grasser. Puck goes behind the Saints net, and they finally clear it. Roy drags him out center. He just dumps it in, and he'll go for a change. 1:24 left here in the third. Long tries to chase that down. He'll go for a change as well. And here go the Pens as they dump it in. No one there for them, though, as Sullivan will pick it up for the Saints. And they get, no, they don't clear it. Looking for Karskadin. The pass was just a little bit short. Oh, and we had a Penguin lose an edge, went into the net and dislodged it. So with 55.8 seconds left, we'll have another face-off. That will come outside the blue line, as it was a Penguin that caused the stoppage of play. Interesting graphics we've got on the boards here. They've got the 1899-1900 St. Andrews hockey team, which consisted of 5 names: Ferguson, Hauser, Keith, Sale, and Strawn. And then in the other corner, they have all the players from this year's team. So obviously they're carrying a few more than they did in 1899-90. Puck back to the point. DeCapo tries to get out. He doesn't. Sullivan will have to retreat. Sullivan on his backhand gets the puck to the blue line, but not out. Fisher dumps it back in for the Pens. And Sullivan will now retreat behind his own net, uses it as a screen, and plays the puck ahead. Bolche says strong game for the Saints, and they will just drag it into their own end and let the clock tick away. So that will do it. So on behalf of Oscar Brenna, I'm Norm Fenning. Saints take this one 6-2. They are in the final tomorrow at Ayr. Thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure.
Hey,